Knon 89.3 FM in Dallas and Fort Worth, the voice of the people.
Business owners, tell KNON's listeners about your business. You can put your business or event on KNON. KNON currently has space available to run announcements for you. Tell KNON's listeners about your goods, services, nightclub, concert, or event. Help keep the voice of the people on the air while putting your information on the air. KNON's been named the #1 radio station in Dallas by both the Dallas Observer and D Magazine. Put your business with Dallas's #1 station. Call now for more information at 214-828-9500, extension 227, or extension 233. For more information, go to knon.org and click on the Run Spots on KNON page. It's a great way for your business to support community radio while letting more people know about you.
Good morning. It's Workers Day on TMS. The number is 972-647-1893. Got a bunch of people to talk with you today, but first a couple of announcements. The Cesar Chavez Parade is supposed to be today in downtown Fort Worth. I've gotten conflicting reports as to when it was going to be. One of them was the end of March, one of them was April the 6th, and one of them was today, and one of them is next week. So if anybody knows, call 972-647-1893 about the Cesar Chavez Parade in Fort Worth. If you're going, you better get on over there because they kick off at 11. Tonight, the College of Complexes discussing this and that at the Mecca Cafe on Live Oak. On April the 17th, the Nuns Bus is coming to Austin for the expansion of Medicaid, the Nuns Bus. This is Catholic nuns that actually tour for progressive causes. On April the 26th, the CWA is expected to be leafleting at the Eisman Center, 2351 Performance Drive.
That's the 24th.
It's the 24th now?
Yes, sir. It is the 24th.
They have changed that around. Thank you, Bonnie
Yes,
Mathias.
sir.
They have changed that around because it was
Well, it was supposed to be the 12th.
yesterday.
Yes, but Metro PCS, T-Mobile is trying to buy Metro PCS, and Metro PCS, T-Mobile offered some more money. So they postponed the shareholders meeting until the 24th so that they could savor the additional money that they're all going to make.
And also, they don't like to consult with the workers at all, do they, Bonnie?
No, they don't.
So that's why the workers are going to go consult with them.
That's right.
And they're asking people to support them. Here's a phone number if you want to get involved with this. It's 512-705-8181.
And please, we really need your help on the 24th because CWA, there's going to all of the officers and part of our executive board will be coming back from Pittsburgh from the CWA National Convention that morning, and we won't be able to be there.
April the 24th, and it's early in the morning.
6:30 to 8:30.
6:30 to 8:30, and it's a leafleting, and here's the phone number to get involved, 512-705-8181. I don't know what this merger is going to bring, but most mergers bring layoffs.
That's right.
On April the 27th, I'll be speaking at the College of Complexes on Live Oak in East Dallas, and I think that's at 6:30 in the evening. It'll be all right if you get there at 6:30. April the 28th, the Communication Workers of America have announced it's Workers' Memorial Day. That's when we look out for people who got killed or injured on the job. And on May the 3rd, there'll be a tribute to Congresswoman Eddie Bernice Johnson at 2010 Postal Way. And that'll be at 6:30 in the evening. See me or see the website, Labor Dallas, not the Labor Dallas website, TexasRetiredAmericans.org. On May the 4th, a World of Women for World Peace, Congresswoman Eddie Bernice Johnson's creation that helps women and helps world peace, and that'll be at 2200 North Pearl. But you have to RSVP if you want to go, and here's the number, 214-922-8885, 214-922-8885. That's Congresswoman Johnson's office, and that's how you can get in on a World of Women for World Peace. Let's start with Walmart, because this is the most critical organizing drive in the nation. Tell us your name and what you do, brother.
I'm Josue Mata. I work for Walmart, and I'm overnight maintenance associate.
Okay, and what's going on out there? You guys organizing?
we're trying to get all the people together in the association to kind of like trying to get together so we can call on Walmart to come up and do the standards that they so much preach.
Start treating the workers in a decent way.
Exactly.
Are they, every now and then Walmart puts out a press conference that now we're going to, we used to mistreat the workers, but we don't anymore. And so I want to know now, are you guys able to get a 40-hour week out there now?
Yeah, most of us are doing it now. There's a couple of people that are not yet on full-time work. Now, thanks to all the strikes that we did on Black Friday, now they're coming out with a new policy that says that if you are on part-time and you want full-time hours, they will give it to you. So now the way they're trying to do, they're trying to get away with it. Now they're not hiring any full-time or part-time people. They're just going to start hiring temps.
Hiring temps.
Contractors.
So every 6 months, these people are going to have to reapply to stay working for Walmart. And now, of course, they're going to try to cut out on them since they're temps. They don't have any kind of benefits. They don't have anything.
Well, can the temps join your group?
Yeah.
Our Walmart.
As long as you work for Walmart, you can do it. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a little more scared people because Walmart's so anti-union. But other than that, as long as you work for Walmart, you can join this association, and you'll be, we're going to have a bunch of people behind your back.
And how do people join Walmart? Do they just go to that website that you've got on your shirt?
Yep, that's one of the options. You can go to the website.
forrespect.org.
Forrespect.org, I'm sorry. Or you can call the 1-800 number. It should be on the website. I'm not sure how
The 800 number is on the website.
You should.
Okay. Forrespect.org. That's all one word.
Yes.
FORRESPECT.org. And you want everybody to join, right?
Exactly. I mean, the more the better. And everybody wants to do a change at Walmart. And once we all get together, we're going to be able to do it. So yeah, we need everybody help. So we can change this.
Okay, we also have Leah Witherspoon with us today from the Texas Alliance for Retired Americans. Kind of a celebrity lately because you had a bunch of news coverage last week, didn't you?
Yes, a gentleman from Reuters News Service interviewed me about the change CPI on the president's proposed budget.
What is the change CPI?
Oh dear, I'm not an economist, but the CPI is the Consumer Price Index. And the regular Consumer Price Index, which is what he wants to change Social Security to, is geared toward workers and the kind of expenses that workers have, like entertainment and child care and just living expenses.
Right.
Whereas seniors, there is a CPIE, which is the
For elderly.
that takes into account the expenses that seniors have, which are primarily medications, doctor visits, food, and housing. Those are the four main
So you'd
costs.
like to have the CPIE. You'd like to have an index that covers seniors. But
Right.
you ain't getting that. What are you getting?
I'm getting the regular CPI, and what actually happens when they put it to Social Security, it cuts Social Security benefits rather than giving a cost of living increase.
And then the president's proposal is even worse, right?
Yes.
Did this come as a shock to you?
Oh, yes.
'Cause I've known you for a while, and I know you're a big-time supporter of President Obama.
Yes, I worked
You
very
even spent
hard.
some of your hard-earned money when you don't have any money.
I sure did. I gave him $25 3 different times, which out of my Social Security money, which isn't a lot, but for me, it's a big percentage of my income. And the first thing I felt when I heard that on the news was, oh my gosh, he's throwing all of us under the bus. All the people that supported him, he's just, goodbye, you're gone. And I felt very betrayed. I really did.
You feel ripped off now. 972-647-1893 if you're interested in commenting or if you have a question for Leah Witherspoon or for our brother from the Walmart, our Walmart group. 972-647-1893. And that's not all that President Obama proposed in his budget. There's an article in today's paper saying that there's going to be 6 levels of income that are taxed differently for Medicare.
Right.
So, you want to comment on that?
Well, I'm probably, because I get the top level of Social Security and I'm about $380 too much to get Medicaid, I probably will be taxed at a higher rate. Not the highest rate, but at a higher rate.
I think you have to make $47,000 a year to get a higher rate.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll be okay.
So you're not gonna get.
No, but other people
Thank
are.
goodness we're poor.
Yeah.
There are some advantages.
Well, the problem is that the very rich, are still not being taxed according to what they should be taxed.
That is true, but as far as Medicare is concerned, the Alliance for Retired Americans' position is that we don't need to be divided on this.
No.
And after all, Medicare is an insurance program. Insurance works when there's more people in it and when everybody gets covered. That's the whole idea of national health care that we've been worrying about and fussing with over the last 5 years. And now, if they're going to make some people pay a little bit and some people pay a little bit more, they're going to have us all divided up, and the insurance program's not going to work like an insurance program anymore. This is called means testing, and the unions and the Alliance for Retired Americans are dead set against it. Let's see what Joe has to say. Thanks for calling KNON, Joe.
Hey, Dean, I just wanted to say thank you guys for tolerating me with that rally and protest with the parole people and the retired or state workers on this week down in Austin. I was the guy that got on that Waxahachie, made all that racket on the bus.
Joe, it was a pleasure to meet you in Austin at the state workers rally. This was it Wednesday, I guess it was.
Right. Yeah, it was one of the. I've been involved in a lot of rallies and protests, pretty much all across the nation, especially down in Mississippi, and I'm still doing some things down there. But that was one of the best and well organized I've been in. It's right up there.
Except for the weather. Except for the weather. Because we got froze.
And as soon as God got your prayer, the weather cleared up. Thank you.
That's right. It did. Beautiful.
We just literally froze to death out there, walking in the rain and eating our cold chicken in the rain.
Attaboy. Hey, thank you. Keep it up.
Well, wait a minute, Joe. I want to ask you something.
Yes.
Now that the big rally is over, and now that you've suffered all the cold, and you went through the big long walk downtown, and then you spent the day going around talking to your state representatives and all that in Austin on behalf of the state workers, how do you feel about it? When you look back, you say, "Gee, I wish I'd have just stayed home," or
no. It as I told some of the people, they said, "Who are you? Which outfit?" I said, "No, I'm retired federal." But I say, this is a cause. My wife's retired state school teacher. Mm-hmm. But I say, this is a cause that I feel that's a worthy cause. And wherever I see a good fight, I try to get in it. That's where I was raised and taught. So, but to answer you more precisely, I see nothing but good coming out of it, because I even watched the people's faces on the street. I looked at people leaning out of windows and stuff with cameras and speaking. When you represent, people notice. And when people notice and listen, at least you get heard, whether you're talking to your state senator or representative, or whether you're talking to someone at the White House or at the outhouse. People like to see, they notice when you stand up and take a stand, and it gives that sense of urgency and that we are for real.
All right. Thanks so much, Joe. Thanks for calling KNON. And I want to ask the brothers and sisters here with me on at the station, is it not true that you're not getting paid for being here today?
Oh, that's true.
That's true.
You're not getting paid for almost all of the stuff that you do.
Pretty much.
Annie's not getting paid. Annie's running the board over there.
She's working.
She's working. But the point is, it makes you feel good, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yes.
That's why you do it. And that was what Joe just testified to, because really we literally froze on Wednesday morning. We got off that bus and the rain was coming down, and it was like 30 or something like that. High winds. One of the tent things blew up in the air because of the high winds. We were afraid somebody was going to get hurt because stuff blowing around, and we went right ahead and did our march and everything. And now people feel great about it. Mm-hmm. Leah, you were there.
Yes, that was my third lobby day this year, and it was the coldest. We started wet in February and in March, and this was April, and it was the absolute coldest day. My fingers felt like they would never thaw out.
But how do you feel about it now?
I feel really good, and we had good reactions from, well, I'm fortunate in my state representative, but we had a good reaction from him, and we talked to some other people in the Capitol telling them what we were doing and why we were doing it, and they all agreed, and they said they would speak with their representatives when they went on their issue.
And on Walmart, you try to organize other workers in the plan and stuff like that, and you come out and make appearances. You wear that bright green shirt that you're wearing there with forrespect.org on it. How does it feel?
It feels great. I mean, it's just the whole power. Like, actually, on my days off, I just go to Walmart and just walk around with my shirt on, and just the look on the managers and the look on the people that actually have them, and look over the merchandise there, following you around, make sure you don't talk to other associates. It's a great feeling.
It's a great feeling.
It's
I
a great
love
feeling.
that.
You know, it's just like knowing that I'm not just changing Walmart. With we want to change the world eventually, because everything and everybody gets affected for what Walmart does.
And the consummate activist in Dallas is sitting right here at my left. Bonnie, how does it feel being an activist like you? Not getting paid for it.
You know, it's one of the most fulfilling, incredible feelings when you talk to. I've had a lot of people say, you just, you rag on voting, you rag on this. And what good does it do? Well, you know what? If one person out there, just one person, goes and votes because they heard something that one of us said, praise God. I mean, that's what it's all about. It just takes one. And if that person talks to somebody else and talks them into voting or going out and doing something, man, it can snowball. And it's so important because I have preached for years. There is more of us than there are of them.
Yes.
All right, and if you would like to testify at this religious ceremony we're having here, 972-647-1893. I don't know if they do it the same way in every church, but in my Baptist church, when I was being raised, we had testimony. People would get up to testify. So if you want to testify, 972-647-1893. And we have been accused, rightfully, of being the gloomiest radio show, the gloomiest hour on the radio, and it's probably true, but that's because there's so many bad things to report. Nevertheless, the people that are fighting back enjoying the heck out of it.
Yep.
Okay, we'll be right back.
My buddy Joe was missing. There's a machine stuck in his place. I turned around and I asked my boss, can you tell me what this all about?
So much pain, we don't know how to be but angry.
Statistics say 1.5 million teenagers experience dating abuse every year.
Only 33% report it.
Let's break the cycle.
Love is not abuse.
If you or someone you know is experiencing teen dating abuse, get help now.
For immediate, confidential assistance, call 866-331-9474 or log on to loveisrespect.org.
You can also text LOVEIS to 77054.
To learn more about what abuse is and the resources available to you, visit loveisnotabuse.com.
You don't have to be afraid.
Call 866-331-9474.
Store the number in your phone for future use.
866-331-9474.
Know how to get help for yourself or someone you know.
We now have fewer than 500 copies left. That's right, fewer than 500 copies left of the Knon Texas Blues Radio Volume 5 Blues CD. Texas Blues Radio features great blues from Tutu Jones, Blues Boy Bo, Buddy Whittington, Andrea Dawson, Kirkland James, Sonny Colley, Johnny Red and the Roosters, the Chris Watson Band, the Two Tones, Rough Cut Blues Band, Jeff Stone and Charlie Love, Dave Millsap, Sirloin and the Ass Kicking Machine, Michael J. and the Paul Bird Band, and JJ and the Detonators. Get your copy now at Forever Young Records in Grand Prairie, Record Town in Fort Worth, and in Dallas at Bill's Records. Destined to be a Dallas Blues collectible, a very limited amount of vinyl copies can be found at Forever Young Records, the sponsor of this great blues project. CD downloads are now only $11 at cdbaby.com. Whether you get it as a download, on vinyl, or on CD, all the proceeds benefit KNON. More information at knon.org.
Blue Monday. Yeah, I hate Blue Monday. But I love that song. 972-647-1893. We were just saying that if you're an activist and if you're doing some of this stuff for your fellow brothers and sisters in the world, it ain't a bad feeling. It feels pretty good. 972-647-1893 if you want to kick in on this. I want to say something about the president's budget proposal. I am very, very sad that President Obama has done this. I expected it, though, because as I've been saying on this program for the last year or so, the austerity drive is worldwide, and it comes out of the system that we have. We're going to have austerity pushed on us until we get together and stop it. The bosses are never going to stop it. They know austerity is working in their interest, and austerity simply means taking away salaries and rights and privileges of ordinary working people so that the bosses can sell their products abroad so they can export better. And they're in a race to the bottom. It's been going on for a long time as to see who can push the workers down the most. This is going on in every country in the world, including this one, and it comes out of the system. It doesn't make so much difference who's the president or who's not the president. They're still going to be pushing austerity. Now, President Obama has just joined the austerity parade with his proposal on the budget to cut Social Security. It's not a gigantic cut, but it is a cut, to cut Social Security and to cut Medicare. So both of those two things will make it more profitable to be a profit maker in the United States, but it'll make it a lot harder for the people who live here and work and try to make a living here. So this is austerity. It's part of the same thing that's going on all over the world, and needs to be fought together. So and the good news is that it's fun fighting it. We're having a pretty good time. We're having a pretty good time doing it. And
That's so true.
Gene, I'd like to make a comment about Social Security.
Go ahead, Leah.
Social Security is not a government program per se because it's paid for by workers and their companies. The government does not put any money into Social Security. However, in the past, they've not been afraid to take money out and put it in Treasury notes, which means that Social Security couldn't earn as much interest on their money as they should have. It's ironic to me that they're trying to say we're responsible for part of the deficit when our money, nothing about Social Security affects the national budget. It only has to be on there as an item number to show that they're doing something, but it's not federal money. So it's frustrating for those of us. Yes. It's frustrating for those of us on Social Security and hoping that our children will be able to have Social Security to find out that we're responsible for something that, good grief, I don't even know how it got there.
Well, I can tell you how it's getting taken away from us right now in the president's budget proposal. And the Republicans don't like the president's budget proposal. They want to cut a whole lot more.
They don't like anything that the president. And that's kind of. I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt. I really hope that the president is rolling this out there because he's got this chess game going on with the Republicans. Unfortunately, we're the pawns. But I hope that people will see the Republicans are not going to vote for this. He gave them a little bit of what they wanted. They're still going to play the obstructionist game. And it's crazy. Nobody has come up with a solution that is acceptable to the GOP. So it doesn't matter what they want all of us to be even poorer than we already are. If you went up and
cut your arm off, they'd say, well, we want a leg too.
Oh!
And if you gave them an arm and a leg, they'd say, well, we want your head.
Oh, well, they already have that in some of
with this Social Security proposal from the president, which increases as you get older, it makes us feel that you may as well die once you reach 80 because you're going to only get half of your Social Security and where you're going to live and how are you going to buy medicine or food. And it's like nobody values age anymore. And That's scary.
It is very scary.
It is terrible, but it's part of the austerity drive. This is all mixed in with a very, very bad news that came during the past week. The House of Representatives, which is controlled by the Republicans, passed a bill that would essentially shut down the National Labor Relations Board, make it impossible for us to negotiate the labor movement the way we've been doing it since 1935. Why do I point that out? It's because if they're trying to take everything away from you, they also have to take away your ability to fight back.
Yep.
Yes. And your ability to fight back is your ability to organize, which is why we're always trying to get Walmart on this program. Because in my opinion, you guys doing Walmart you've got the answer. Mm-hmm. The solution is right there in those green shirts and those little hats with the fingers showing the OK sign. The solution is to get organized. And so that's why I'm always emphasizing the importance of the Walmart organizing drive. I just wonder if people realize that. Or do they just see it as a shop floor problem, just me and the boss, or me and my friends, and that those are the only ones affected? Or do you realize, do people go around and say to you that the world is watching? The whole world wants to know how the Walmart organizing drive is doing, and we're all pulling for you. So what's it like out on the floor?
Well, you have to take in consideration that Walmart is one of the biggest anti-union companies.
Absolutely.
They had 1.2 million associates on just the U.S., 1.4 around the world. Now, many people don't know that Walmart has unions everywhere in the world, but not in the U.S. Mm-hmm. It's the only country that has no unions. Everybody else, and I have the opportunity to meet with some of the associates around the world last October on LA.
No kidding.
I'm staying in contact with some of my associates from Brazil, from Argentina, from Chile, from even India.
And they're organized, right?
They're organized. They keep a good fight with them, and we've been talking a lot about how we can plan it over here, and we had a couple of days on December that we have an international support day for the Walmart workers. And now we're supporting other, warehouse workers for the sweatshops around the world that provide Walmart with different merchandise. Mm-hmm. Now, Walmart spends a lot of money on their good image. We all seen the happy commercials.
Oh,
we all seen all that commercials.
Happy.
Yes. So that's out there in the public. What happens it's like if they see an associate talking to another associate about organizing. Mm-hmm. They will pull the other associates inside the office and be like, you know what, the unions will do this, we'll take your money away.
They threaten them, yeah.
Yeah, they will threaten. So most of the associates are kind of like scared of actually doing something. Mm-hmm. And they know that the more associates that we get together to organize, the better. But at the end, they have that mentality that they won't do anything without Walmart. Walmart is the only person that's hiring, and there's nothing else out there. So it's all that, psychology that they use. So it's a little hard to get these people to really realize that no matter what Walmart tells you, no matter what they will do to you, eventually if you organize, you will end up defeating them. And that's what we're doing right now. We show in the company that we only have around tens of thousands of associates out of the 1.2 million, and we're doing something.
Well, obviously you are, because Walmart's changing and making as big an announcement every time they do something. They're trying to make themselves look good, like they announced that they would hire veterans. I was thinking about those veterans saying
$81 an hour.
Those veterans staying over there in Iraq, sitting in a foxhole or someplace in the mud or something, and the wind's blowing through their faces, and they're thinking, wow, I could get out of this and go to work at Walmart.
Can't wait to get home so I can work at Walmart.
So I'm gonna stay right here.
Right.
I would like to offer a word of encouragement for the people at Walmart that haven't signed up for the union yet. There is strength in numbers. Texas does not have a history of unions, and therefore people are ignorant. But there is strength in numbers, and the little amount you would pay for dues would protect you in ways you cannot even understand. Mm-hmm. You would have grievance rights you don't have now. they would be afraid. I mean, he gets to walk around the floor in his green shirt. Now that's unheard of in most
they'd
places.
fired him for it not long
They
ago.
would have fired him for it before now. But there is strength in numbers, and just take the step. You wouldn't have weekends. You wouldn't have an 8-hour day. There are a lot of you wouldn't have overtime if it weren't for unions and the fact that in the past people died for their rights, and they will again if the labor board is closed.
What a good statement.
Now, just let me clarify. We're not union. We're just an association.
Okay.
And the word's out there because, we have a union backing us up, but it's not just a union. We have a lot of community support. We have a lot of different churches right now. We have the community supporting us, and not just the union.
That's still strength in numbers.
It is.
Organizing. So, pardon me, can somebody buy an Our Walmart shirt? If they went on your website, can they buy one of those shirts?
They don't have them for sale, but that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea because, I
would wear
love
one.
going to Walmart with my Our Walmart shirt on. There is nothing that makes me happier.
How'd you get one, Bonnie?
Well, I went to an Our Walmart rally and I asked for a shirt. And I got one.
Well, that's how we
If you go to the rallies, then you might get some.
Yeah, it's awesome. And because they follow you around.
Yep.
I have never seen more management in Walmart until I wore my shirt.
You get real service.
They were seriously around every corner.
Get her out of here quick.
All right. Oh my God, don't let her talk to anybody.
You get VIP treatment because only management is around to serve you there. They don't let any associates.
When you do go into a Walmart, you have a tendency to want to really buttonhole all the employees and ask them to join. Don't buttonhole them. You can ask them to join and encourage them to join, but don't buttonhole them because they could get in trouble if they were seen talking to you for any length of time. So show some respect, but at the same time, wear your shirt in there, wear your hat in there, and let the person checking you out at Walmart know that you would like to see them get organized and that you're pulling for them.
Yep.
The world is pulling for them. I think the entire United States is watching the Walmart organizing drive right now and saying that's the solution.
Yeah.
That's the way to fight back against this austerity.
It is.
Organize, organize, organize.
And if you have an opinion on this and you'd like to call us at 972-647-1893, I can guarantee you that KNON likes it when you call 972-647-1893. Bonnie Mathias is with communication workers. What kind of problems are going on there?
Verizon, they had a tentative agreement. The members voted it down. They are back at the table.
They voted it down.
Voted it down, yes, sir.
I'm so glad to hear that because
Isn't that great?
from what I heard, it was not.
Oh, it was horrible.
It was not
It's not a good contract.
It was not an offer that people were pleased
That's right.
with. But at the same time, people were saying, well, it's an offer we can't refuse because they've been trying to get some kind of an offer out of that company for years.
Yep, almost a year.
A year then.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. So
I've been out there picketing with them. And let's hope that people find a way to jump in and do something to help Verizon.
Absolutely.
Have they said anything so far about?
I haven't. I was in Houston last weekend for the A. Philip Randolph Institute Texas State Convention, and Claude Cummings and Sylvia Ramos were there
From the CWA.
From CWA, and Sylvia said it's ugly. She's actually going to be on that. On this bargaining team to really try to push to get a decent agreement.
Leah and I saw Sylvia Ramos too standing in the rain with us for the state workers.
I was inside, Gene, just so you know. I was in Austin. I got there very early. My first appointment with lobbyists was at 10 a.m. And I had appointments all the way through to 1:30.
Well, good for you.
So,
you went in a private car?
Actually, we had a van and a private car. Yes,
I see.
We had a van full of CWA members and another vehicle.
Next time, can I go with you?
Yeah, I want to go with you.
I was in the van until I was in the very back, squished. My knees were in the seat in front of me, and I texted the people in the other car and said, "We're going to breakfast in Waco. I'm riding with you."
972-647-1893 if you'd like to get your little story in on this. I want to point out some other really, really big news in the labor movement was that President Obama has appointed 3 more people to the National Labor Relations Board. The courts have said that his previous appointments were not valid, so they're trying to keep the National Labor Relations Board from functioning. So he's appointed 3 more. 2 of them are hardline management people from the Republican Party, and the other one is a Democrat. But the AFL-CIO has said, and Richard Trumka, the head of the AFL-CIO, has approved of this because he says we've got to get the National Labor Relations Board up and running.
Yeah.
972-647-1893 is the number. Let's see what Joel has to say. Good morning, Joel. Thanks for calling KNON.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, listen, what I was going to try to do is try to go on your Facebook and post this post about Walmart.
Good.
It's got some wonderful information. I mean, it tells you how, this company in less than 15 years managed to accomplish all this, I guess, profit from what they're doing. And then it also tells you how government, how they established Social Security or Medicare, and it took them 74 years, or it's been 74 years or more than that, since they established that, and it's broken. The system is broken.
Yeah, but people had to fight to get it, didn't they?
Yep, and then in Walmart, I mean, they did it in less than 15 years, so it's really nice. I'm going to go on your Facebook, and I'm going to try to post it on there so you can read it. I mean, it will blow your mind.
That is great. Well, my Facebook is Gene Lantz. So you'll be mighty welcome over there. And so Facebook's a pretty good organizing tool. We had a young woman on the program just talking about organizing at Facebook. Now, I have asked her if she will come to Bonnie's Union Hall next Thursday at 6 o'clock and teach Facebook. She hasn't answered me yet, but I think she's going to. And so we can get on the Facebook, and that will help you organize. Doesn't Facebook help organize Walmart?
Yeah, it does. We have the Organization United for Respect at Facebook. They have their own page, which is Organization United for Respect. You can everybody check it up, and if you don't mind, you can just post whatever you're going to post in Gene's page over there too.
So if you're on Facebook, you can go to For Respect.
Organization United for Respect. That's the whole.
That's the whole name of the
Yes.
Facebook page.
Yes.
Organization United for Respect. Well, that's a lot to remember. Okay, and then you can like them.
You can like them, and you're going to have all the feedback, and
They'll keep you updated on the Walmart fight.
And you if you want, you can talk to real associates like me. I'm there. So if you have any questions about this, or do you like to go on Facebook, we can do that.
Well, I want to recommend everybody do that because I know that everybody can't do everything, but some things everybody should be getting in on, and one of them is a Walmart organizing drive. Leah, what do you think?
Well, it doesn't take but a minute to like something.
There you go.
Yeah.
And everybody has time to do that.
Okay. They want us to take another break, so we'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, AM Law Group presents a blues legend in a historic venue. This is Greg Smith here to tell you about Bobby Rush at the Sons of Herman Hall on Saturday, April the 27th. That's right, I'll be hosting a legend live and up close in this intimate venue. Get your tickets now and don't miss out and see a complete Bobby Rush show. Joining Bobby Rush will be Little Jimmy and his Feedback Band. Fort Worth party people will have a free Bobby Rush party bus leaving from the Silver Eagle bus station. More information is at knon.org. And if the Grammy-nominated Bobby Rush wasn't enough, we'll have a free dinner from Daddy Jack's Fort Worth and South Lake locations. Get your tickets now at knon.org. Bill's Records, Forever Young Records, and Comp Cleaners in Fort Worth. This is a KNON Blues benefit. Bobby Rush and Little Jimmy and his Feedback Band. April the 27th at the Sons of Herman Hall, 3414 Am Street in Dallas. Presented by AM Law Group and sponsored in part by Top Dollar Tax Service, Silver Eagle Bus Charter, and Daddy Jack's.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the glorious return of the greatest Russian rock and roll band in the universe? Coming Saturday, April 13th, Igor and the Red Elvises are coming to the Sons of Herman Hall. Don't miss out on a night of unheralded rock and roll fun and dancing madness. Bear witness to the happy masses shaking it to the rhythm. Get your tickets now at knon.org, Phil's Records, or Forever Young in Grand Prairie. There'll be a free barbecue from the Alligator Cafe. Don't miss this, or you'll forever be trying to make up for the lost fun. Igor and Red Elvises at the Sons of Herman Hall in Dallas, Saturday, April 13th. Doors open at 8 p.m. for all ages. A free barbecue from the Alligator Cafe. The Red Elvises play 2 sets, all Red Elvises all night long. This Weird Warren from KNON's own Sonic Burrito Show, and I'll be your master of ceremonies. The Sons of Herman Hall, located at 3414 Elm Street. This is a KNON benefit event.
Recycle Revolution is a local recycling collection service and community drop-off center. They collect and accept all traditional recyclables, including paper, plastic, aluminum, cardboard, and glass, as well as materials like TVs, computers, lamps, light bulbs, batteries, ballast, and styrofoam. They offer collection services to apartments, condos, and businesses. They also offer a community drop-off located at 1703 Chestnut Street in Dallas. For more information, 214-566-3025 or recyclerevolutiondallas.com.
I wake up in the morning at 4:45. The alarm clock is relentless.
We're back on the Workers' Beat, and the number is still 972-647-1893. Leah, you were making some point about Texas history during the break. What?
I was just saying that people need to remember labor history. They need to remember that people died for their rights. And in Texas especially, union membership is voluntary. And they have some of the largest unions in the country that are voluntary. And people need to look into it. Union Organizing 101 is explained in a little kid's book called Click, Clack, Moo. And it's extremely interesting. It's about cows organizing. They found a typewriter and they organized to get blankets. And then the ducks organized to get a diving board. But it's an interesting book to read to kids.
I love it.
Click, Clack, Moo. I'm sorry, I don't remember the author.
So people do need to learn their history. And I'm glad you brought that up, because I met a young man named Glenn Johnson. I believe it was Wednesday or Tuesday, Thursday maybe I met him. And he's going to organize a celebration of May the 1st. Now, everybody in the world celebrates May the 1st, but they don't celebrate it here, even though what they're celebrating happened here. In Chicago in 1886, there was a giant demonstration. There were demonstrations all over the world, but it was primarily in Chicago, and people around the world celebrate that because that's how we won the 8-hour day. See, people used to work 12 and 14 hours a day. When they first came off the farm, the bosses thought, well, we'll work them just like they did on the farm, which is from sunup to sundown. And so people did work those hours until people started to get organized and do something about it. So May the 1st is the celebration of the 8-hour day all over the world, and we're going to have a celebration here, apparently. Glenn didn't have the details yet, but he's working on one, and we think it's going to be at SMU, and we look forward to participating and learning about May the 1st. I'll also be speaking about May the 1st on April 27th when I do the College of Complexes at the Mecca Cafe in East Dallas.
That's a pretty interesting concept.
Yeah,
They meet every Sunday, right?
Every Saturday.
You ever been
Every
over there?
Saturday.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
It's a
been
lot
over
of fun. I went for the first time several months ago, and I've been back several times. It's real interesting.
I was one of the early speakers when they first did it.
Not you, Gene. Really?
The first time I spoke on the Workers' Rights Bill. You know, the one where we were going to get card check for everything.
Employee Free Choice Act.
Yeah, the Employee Free Choice Act. And I brought my guitar and sang along. But they only had 5 or 6 people that night. Now they have 30 or 40
That's what I read.
at the Mecca Cafe. And it's a open forum. It's not always positive speakers. You know, you have both sides presented of things. And sometimes they allow more or less union-oriented speakers to come. So I'm always jump on it when Tom Berry asks me. Sure. Tom Berry himself's a big-time union man. And
a member of the Texas Alliance for Retired Americans.
Yes, he is a member of the Texas Alliance for Retired Americans, and he's
He went to Austin with us on Wednesday.
He went out and froze with us.
Yes, he did.
He went out and froze with us, and he is. He's also a UTU. He was a chairman of a big local, the railroad local up in Chicago before he came down here. So we're lucky to have Tom Berry, and we're lucky to have the College of Complexes, 6:30 tonight at the Mecca Cafe.
That's a Live Oak and Skillman.
Yep.
Is that where it is, Live Oak and
It's
Skillman?
where the old Tipperary Inn was.
Oh, is that right?
Yep, the Tipperary Inn left a couple years ago, I guess, and the Mecca took over that space, and they have just totally redone it. It is awesome.
I wonder if we could get our Walmart speaker for that sometime.
Yeah,
Wow,
I'm sure
that'd be cool.
he would love that. All they have to do is
Well,
ask.
trust me.
And the people go out and do some appearances and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because I know we've had several events at my union hall, and one of them was a sing along, where we had Walmart as special guests. It tickles me when you guys show up with your neon green colored shirts, because everybody can know who you are.
Oh yeah.
You're the real heroes of the labor movement right now.
And we thank you for continuing the tradition.
It's nearly all young people too, isn't it?
Yeah. There's a lot of young people too that, like me. I'm trying to change, not, like I said earlier, not only Walmart but the world, because I see that right now Walmart is the way it is. I don't want to see it in 10 years when my kids will grow up and they're going to end up in Walmart and working for a company like this. If it is like this. That's why we're changing this world.
What's happening as the austerity drive goes on around the world is that more and more companies are adopting what they call the Walmart model. So the employees will have very little, if any, benefits. They'll be treated more or less like temporary workers. Be very hard to get a 8-hour day and a 40-hour week.
No benefits.
Very, very hard to get overtime pay. Be very hard to be treated with decency and respect. That's the Walmart model.
It is.
And that's gotten into the vernacular now. I suppose it's going to be in the dictionary before long.
Well,
that the Walmart model is the model for mistreating workers on the job.
Legally.
Legally, yeah.
So if anybody's going to turn that around, it's going to be the employees at Walmart.
So the same associates who really like to organize, and we have that always, that what they call us a union, and we were always clear that we as an association that got together to represent as group or individuals and Walmart against Walmart for their treatment of the labor rights. So we've been really clear on that. So we just here to help people. We're the workers for the workers.
How do groups join your movement?
Groups.
I mean, like community groups. How do they join your movement? Is there an application or money or?
Right now, you can get on the website for respect.org, and I'm pretty sure you can send an email, and they will give you all the information. I'm not quite sure how we're doing it because they've been changing a lot on the website to have support of different groups around the country. Because that website, it was just for associates that wanted to join and people that just want to comment on that. Now they kind of change it a little more.
They're expanding it.
They're spending it right now because we have so much groups, so many people that wants to support the Walmart workers. And right now, I don't know if you've seen it last Black Friday, we have tons.
But see, that makes you a coalition, which makes you even more powerful than just the people, just the employees, because then Walmart has to realize these are their customers.
That's why we got to get union printed
Yeah, we need to
shirts
wear their shirts.
and get them for sale on the website.
We will.
Absolutely.
I will give them the idea for that.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be great.
They can make money that
sure
way.
they got a union bug on them, just like this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Make sure. Yeah, excellent.
Love
them union bugs.
Another really good program is to endorse the Walmart workers. And I'm proud to say that a number of our leading politicians here in this area have endorsed the Walmart workers, have just said on YouTube that they stand by the rights of the Walmart workers. Particularly proud of some of the judges and some of the county commissioners and city council members who
Linda
have
Chavez
spoke up
Thompson?
like that.
Yes, of course.
That have said that they endorse the rights of Walmart workers, and I put them on YouTube just as fast as I can record them. And I'd like to get that going as a national program. Any kind of support that you can show, Usually, if you get on forrespect.org, they nearly always got some kind of a petitioning drive going.
Yeah, we do.
And if you sign their petitions, they know who you are, and if you give them your zip code, then they'll know where you are.
Mhm.
And so when things go on in your area, you can pick up and join with the Walmart folks. They say there's a line in the sand, and cross the line, and which side of the line are you on, or walk the line. The line is the picket line.
Mhm.
And if you're either on it, or you're a scab, that's what it comes down to.
Yes.
So when Walmart does a picket, go out and join them. And we're always kind of emphasizing. Leah was bringing up labor history and the people who sacrificed and died for us to get things. But for every one that died, there were millions of people that had a pretty good time doing it.
Right.
Yes.
So
And then those people didn't feel that they died in vain.
That's right.
yeah, they felt pretty good about doing it too. So it's fun. It's the right thing to do. It makes you feel good,
It does.
and makes your life have some kind of meaning. Sometimes I feel that we're just ants carrying our crumbs back and forth, and just trying to make a living and trying to get by. And that's not a very fulfilling prospect. On the other hand, most of us are not going to be rich. We're not going to be movie stars. We can be part of something, though, and we can make a difference. And being in there with the other people that are doing the progressive causes is really worthwhile. It's a good thing.
And you meet a lot of interesting people.
Boy, that's
true.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Good and bad, but mostly good.
Yeah.
Mostly good.
Anybody want to give an example?
No.
I can't blame you. Well, I've met some people that I really thought the world of. I'm thinking about Craig Melton right now. My old friend Craig Melton from UAW Local 848. Like me, he's old and crusty, so you may not know that on the day he got fired in 1984, the day that he was fired for standing up for the union, along with a whole bunch of other people, they got fired for walking out. Ooh. We had a one-day walkout, and Craig was one of the ones who walked out. And after that, people went around with shirts on saying, "I'm with Craig."
That's great.
Because people from his unit were really looked up to him and still do. But on the very day that he got fired, I saw him at the Union Hall because I had already been fired, and Craig was ecstatic. I never saw a man so happy. He said, "This is the best thing that's happened to me in a long time," because he had made a commitment. He knew which side he was on. He'd done the right thing. He knew who his enemies were, and he knew who his friends were, and he really felt great. And I never saw him so happy
Did y'all get your jobs back?
before or since. Oh yeah, we won. I forgot to mention we won.
Yeah, so you did get your job back, right?
We did win, but even if we had lost, we still had those days.
That's right.
When we knew which side we were on, and we really felt great about it.
It's
I recommend it.
When you're on the right side, it's so fulfilling when you can sit across the table from the company, no matter what company it is, whether it be GM or Lockheed Martin or AT&T or whoever. You sit across the table and explain and talk to the company and say, what you're doing is wrong.
Mm-hmm. When we were fired, I started calling us the victims, and I called it the Victims Committee because we were trying to get sympathy. The Victims Committee was the people who had been fired. There were only 5 of us at first, and then it grew to 65 because the company kept firing people for standing up for the union.
Learn.
But at first, when after Craig Melton and the other people got fired, they said, "I'm not going to be called a victim," so they changed it to victors. So we got these hats, that said Victors Committee, and I still wear my hat that says Victors Committee from UAW, Victors Committee.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's great.
The point that I'm trying to make, though, is it feels good.
Yeah.
It does feel good.
It's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Well, and sitting doing nothing just makes you feel like nothing.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, even if you're punished for what you do that's right, you're doing right.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
If you're sitting on the fence, you're actually on management's side, and you're endorsing the wrongdoing. As far as I look at it.
I wouldn't mind so much being on management side if I was getting all the millions.
that's true.
That they're getting, but they want you to be on their side and not get all the millions that they're
And
getting.
that's what I don't understand about workers who vote for very conservative people, because they don't have, obviously, their interests at heart. Look at the Congress in Washington.
It's cold and lonely on the management side. It's cold and lonely on the bosses' side. Unless you happen to be the bosses.
Yeah.
I guess they probably enjoy
Well,
it.
you can afford to buy logs for the fire.
Well, you know, it's pretty sad, though, because we think about the bosses. I look at these poor first line and second line managers who are nothing more than stooges or puppets for upper management.
Well, and they did that so they could work more hours and not get overtime.
Right, exactly. They can work them to death. And it's just, okay, well, here's your pay. And you worked 80 hours last week? Well, thank you so much.
But they don't get overtime.
Nope. They get nothing.
It's cold and lonely over there, and it's fun on our side.
Yeah.
So join the Our Walmart organizing drive, forrespect.org. If you're a little older, you can join. Well, you don't have to be older to
No,
join.
you don't. Anybody can join the Texas Alliance for Retired Americans.
All you have to do is support retiree rights.
Support retiree rights.
That's
if
everybody.
If you want to be officially a member, it's only $10 a year. I don't think that'll break anybody.
Nope.
And if you
can give more if you want.
We have a Facebook page and a website, and if you will, we have a lot of actions where we demonstrate for Social Security and Medicare issues. We also demonstrated not too long ago, about 2 weeks ago, in front of the Social Security office on Royal Lane on the Access Road for the employees of the Social Security Administration who are losing their jobs because of austerity, which will affect all of us retirees, because if you have to go to Social Security, you have to wait a very long time for help.
Jean, would you give out the phone number for the April 24th rally and leafleting at the Metro PCS shareholders meeting
in Richardson?
Yes.
Okay. The number, if you want to sign up for that, is 512-705-8181.
That's my friend Judy Graves. So give her a hand, please.
705-8181. Now let's have a kind of a summary from Walmart. What do you want people to do?
Well, just to join if you work for Walmart, you join the association. It's fun. You meet a lot of people, and you will feel great.
Yes.
And after all, it's just let's stand to live better.
And if you don't work there, you can look at the website forrespect.org. Sign up, sign a petition, get ready to do something. Any last words, Leah? We're about to go.
I just want everybody to be notifying the president that they do not agree with him chaining Social Security to the CPI.
That's right.
All right, and there's petitions all over the place
Yes,
for
there
that.
are.
You're carrying. I noticed
I'm
you're carrying
carrying
them around.
some. Yes, I am.
And they're also online. Alliance for retiredamericans.org is the website for y'all. Bonnie, any last words?
I will be in Pittsburgh next week at the CWA National Convention. Wish us luck.
Okay.
Please pray it's not snowing.
April the 8th was the anniversary of the Works Progress Administration.
Yeah, that's right.
That was done in 1935, and because of people's struggles. And speaking of struggling, April the 10th was the birth of Dolores Huerta, my hero. We'll be back next week. Thanks.
KNON 89.3 FM in Dallas and Fort Worth, the voice of the people.
Business owners, tell KNON's listeners about your business. You can put your business or event on KNON. KNON currently has space available to run announcements for you. Tell KNON's listeners about your goods, services, nightclub, concert, or event. Help keep the voice of the people on the air while putting your information on the air. KNON's been named the #1 radio station in Dallas by both the Dallas Observer and D Magazine. Put your business with Dallas's #1 station. Call now for more information at 214-828-9500, extension 227, or extension 233. For more information, go to knon.org and click on the Run Spots on KNON page. It's a great way for your business to support community radio while letting more people know about you.